Hey guys, Robbie here from lifemomentum.com, and I want to talk to you today about the topic of social pressure and how it relates to socializing. And I'm going to try and stop doing that today because I noticed yesterday I was doing that a lot. So social pressure, what is it? So when you're in a social situation, you know that feeling of pressure inside your mind that stops you from speaking out, speaking your mind, and being just free flowing? That's social pressure. So back in ancient times, like, tribal communities, what would happen if you spoke your mind in a 150 person tribal community? Well, if it was something that not many people liked and really annoyed a lot of people, especially like the quote unquote chief, then you could be excommunicated from the tribe. You could be out on your own trying to survive by yourself, without the shelter of the tribe to support you. And that could have meant death, could have meant starvation, could have meant a lack of resources, all kinds of things. So you want to be in the comfort of the tribe. And social pressure, I think, I don't know, I'm no evolutionary psychologist or evolutionary scientist, but I think social pressure sort of evolved to help us, to protect us really from speaking out and saying something stupid to anger the chief or anger the tribe, because I've read up a lot on our evolution, anthropology, and sort of like tribal dynamics, and I've come across this idea of like group evolution. So various groups will evolve to be more successful than other groups. If you have group A, group B, group C, and each different group has a different characteristic that helps it survive, the one with the strongest sort of quote unquote evolutionary, the fittest one. So if you ever heard survival of the fittest? Well, evolution is also working on a group level as well. So groups that had a favorable characteristic within, like, a dynamic within the tribe, or a hierarchy that stopped just chaos from happening, those were the ones that could work well and cooperate together to either hunt for animals, prevent anarchy in the tribe, and also have a logical structure to the tribe. So I think that's how social pressure evolved, and why it was necessary in this 150 individual tribes, 150 person tribes, because it stopped, so not everyone exceeded their authority and screwed up the tribe, screwed up the hunt, etc., etc. So it was really to stop, as petty as it sounds, like stop people from stepping outside stepping above their status. So if you were like, I don't know, it sounds pretty bad, but like if you're a pleb in the tribe way back when, then social pressure was essential to stop you from stepping outside that and angering the chief. But if you were the chief, then you needed to step outside of social pressure to really hold that authority and hold that tribal leadership. So social pressure isn't like sometimes it's a crushing thing, but it's also something you can overcome. And in today's society, I don't think social pressure really helps us that much. I think it hinders us more than it helps us. We don't live in 150 people tribes anymore. We don't live in situations where if we're outside the tribe, that means death or starvation. You could argue that if you go around pissing everyone off, then maybe something bad will happen to you, but rarely ever does that happen. We have laws now, we have police. It's not, it's very rare that you're going to find a situation in which if you speak your mind, then you'll get banished from the tribe, or even worse, killed. But, in the same token that we still have an appendix, the appendix was a vestige of a time where we ate more greens, we were more of a herbivore, and we needed to digest that stuff. That was what the appendix was for. And it's a vestige of that time. Now we don't really need it, and it sort of doesn't play any purpose, like a minimal purpose, if at all. So the same with social pressure. We feel social pressure in the form of social anxiety, anxiety in talking to somebody else that we don't really know or not really comfortable with. It's the worst in front of a large number of people. Speaking your mind in, public speaking, you get the nerves, stage fright. That's all social pressure, and that evolved to help you in those 150 people tribes. But in today's society, we don't really need that, because there's no reality in which you go up on stage, you say something that's maybe pisses a few people off, and you get killed as a result of that, or you get banished from the tribe and starved to death. There's no, I would hope that there's no situation in which that happens. So social pressure is something that you can overcome with some practice, and all it really takes is for you to numb yourself to those feelings in a good way. Don't just go around expressing your opinions like overzealously or whatnot. Just being able to express yourself freely in social situations, and the more you do that, the more you step outside your comfort zone in those situations, the easier it becomes, because just like you numb yourself to the pain of exercise, you can numb yourself to the pain of being unstifled, being outside your comfort zone, outside your head, and you can numb yourself to that social pressure. So the more you put yourself in those situations where you feel that social pressure, the easier it will be to ignore that and just act through your own intentions. So that's social pressure. I hope I explained it in a, sort of an effective way. Thank you for listening to me. That's my video for today, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow.